My dear brothers and sisters, I say to you, I request to you, stand for Palestine, stand for Al-Quds, stand for Aqsa Masjid, stand for Gaza, stand for Rafah. You are going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day, and what will you do? What will you do? What will you answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You have no answer, because you did nothing for Palestine, you did nothing for Al-Quds, you did nothing for Aqsa Masjid. This is the time to stand and to wake up and go to Palestine and save the innocent children and kids and women and the Muslims, and defend the Aqsa and defend the Al-Quds and fight against the Jews, the kuffar. This is obligated upon you, me, every single Muslim that is living on this earth. That is not simple, my dear. It is not simple. If a Palestinian kid bring his head in his hand and show to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will say, Ya Allah, my legs, my hands, I was cut in pieces. And that the Muslim leaders and the Muslim people, they were silent and they were happy with their kids and their family and their friends, and they didn't care about us. This is the time to wake up and go stand before the kuffar and defend the Muslims. Jihad, this is jihad. The scholars have released the fatwa that jihad is obligated on every single Muslim. This is the time to jihad. Defending the Muslim is jihad. Defending the Islam is jihad. Wake up. You are the one who can change the world single-handedly. You don't need anyone. You are the one, or you Muslim, or you who believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are enough to change this world single-handedly. You don't need anyone. You are the one who can change. You can use your social media, you can use your brain, you can use your knowledge, you can use your tongue, you can use your words, you can use your qalam, you can use your pen, you can use your writing, whatever you can do, please wake up and do for Palestine. Support Palestine. Bring your skill to use that for Palestine, for Al-Quds, and bring your skill to use it against the Israel. The Jews are not our friend. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us in the Quran many times that these Jews, they are not your friend. They cannot be your friend. They cannot be our friend, my dear. They cannot. They are snakes. They are scorpions. They will just bite you. Even if they don't get the benefit, they will bite you. They are poison. They are poisoning this world. They are killing this world. They are a threat to Muslims. Please boycott Israeli products. Oh, you who believe the day of judgment and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you are going to stand before Allah, if you believe that you are going to be asked about Palestine, about Gaza, about Rafah, about Aqsa, Al-Quds, every single one of us is going to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jihad is obligated on every single Muslim that is living on this earth right now. They have to come out from their homes and they go to Palestine, to Gaza, to Rafah, and defend the Muslims and fight and battle against the kuffar and battle against the Jews. So the question is that how can I do jihad, fulfill the responsibility of jihad that is obligated upon me, upon us? Number one, if I can give my life on the battlefield to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fighting against the kuffar and defending the Muslims, so this is the peak of the jihad. This is the best way to do jihad, fulfill the responsibility of jihad. If you cannot fight, if you cannot reach there, number second, you can support them with your wealth, with your money. Even if you can send a blanket to cover somebody, if you can send a kafan, the cloth, the white cloth that covers the body, the dead body, if you can send that, send, please send. If you can support them with your wealth, with your money, with your food, please send them. Because this is the second way to support Palestinian Muslims, the Gaza Muslims, the Rafah Muslims, to save the children, the kids, the women that are killed innocently. They don't have any agenda to kill them. If you cannot go to jihad, you cannot give your life, you cannot give your wealth, you are poor, you are not eligible for that. Number three, you can do prayer for them. You can do dua, make dua in tahajjud, in nawafil, nafal, and in your obligated prayers, 5-time daily prayers for us. You can do dua, and from your heart you cry. Please cry before Allah. Please cry before Allah in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and make dua for that Palestinian people, that innocent kids, innocent children, innocent women. The Israeli products are the reason they are stronger, they are powerful now. They have the guts to fight against Muslims, to bombing against Muslims, to attack the Muslims. If you refuse to support their products, it is going to crash their currency and there will be nothing, inshallah. They will be erased from this earth. If you support Israeli products, that means that you are supporting Israel and you are killing the Muslims. That is simple. That is very simple. If you think that standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that day is simple and it is easy, No, my brother, you are mistaken. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask every single aspect of your life. Your feet will not move an inch except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ask 4 questions. I give you wealth. How do you earn that and how do you spend that? And I give you life. How did you spend that? I gave you the youth age. How did you spend that? And I gave you the knowledge of Islam, of Sharia. How much did you perform? How much did you practice it? You are not going to move from there. What will you say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when a Palestinian kid bring his head in his hand and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, I were killed innocently. And the Muslim leaders and the Muslims are silent. I was killed innocently, and they were happy with their kids, with their women, with their children, with their friends and family. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask him. I can't know further what to do, what to say to you, how will you wake up. But this is the time to wake up. This is the time to fulfill your responsibility to support Palestine, Gaza, Rafah, and the Aqsa and Al-Quds. This is the time, my dear. How much more time do you need? How much more time do you need, my dear? This is the time to wake up.